Welcome to the second edition of Guided Practice for Advanced Players. We're going to start with the daily warm-up. Again, if you don't have this piece of paper here and you would like a copy of it, let me know. I'll send you over a PDF. We're going to start today after the first double bar there on F, and then we'll descend. We're going to try to make it all the way down to pedal B flat today. It should be a good time. Let's get a metronome going first. Each note will get 4 counts. And let's go ahead and get started. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully that felt pretty nice for your face. Before we skip on to some lip slurs, I'd like to do a little bit of a breathing exercise. So go ahead and take a piece of paper. It can be your warm-up page. It can be any loose piece of paper. It can be math homework, anything. And just hold it right in front of your face and just blow at it. See if you can get it to wiggle. Great, so that should be like pretty easy, right? Let's move it a little bit further. Maybe don't quite lock your elbow out, but a little further. See if you can do it. Not a problem. All right, lock your elbow out. See how far away from your face you can get it. So this should still not be too hard. We're just getting warmed up here. So we're gonna work on this 3-note lip slur next. And I want you to imagine that when you're doing your low B flat, you're just blowing your air here. Your F, you're about here. Your higher B flat, about here. So you're really so instead of thinking I'm gonna play higher, you're thinking I'm gonna blow my air just a little bit further. So let's go ahead and play this 3-note lip slur. We'll take our time to make it as even as possible. 1, 2, 3. that was really smooth for you. We're going to take the same concept into the 5-note slur. If you're like me, your arms, only reach 2 feet in front of your face, if that. So you can use a music stand, and you just put any old loose piece of paper on there, and just blow at the corner to see if you can get it to wiggle. So again, this is a little further than I would be able to reach. So my B flat, my low B flat might be my F, my next B flat, my D, and the F might be even a little further back. So you should be able to see just the corner of your paper wiggling on your music stand as you move further away. Let's go ahead and put this into practice with that 5-note slur now. It starts on 2 and 4, and we'll work our way upward. Remember, we're not squeezing to get higher. We're just blowing our air a little bit further as we're getting higher. Hopefully that went okay for you. Let's go ahead and go on to the next line here, where it just oscillates between B flat and D in 16th notes. I believe we did this one last week as well. Ready? And let's go on to the lip slur directly under it, where it goes between D and F. This is a minor third. It's a little closer together. So hopefully that makes it a little easier, even though it's a little higher. Here we go. Those are great exercises to help start building your range and your endurance. Speaking of range, let's skip down to the Falcone Range Builder. Today we'll do it on F as it's written, and then we'll also go ahead and do G flat. So let's just start with F since that's what's written, and we'll see how it goes. Why don't we give the whole note with a fermata 6 counts this time. So 3 counts getting louder, 3 counts getting softer. little longer still, but for today, that's okay. Let's go on to G flat. Think of your G flat arpeggio. A good trick is that you can finger all of the notes the same. You can finger all of them 2 and 3 until you get to the second to last note. Then it's going to be B flat, it'll be open. The last note's 2 and 3, back to open, and then 2 and 3 the rest of the time. That's a really good trick as you're learning some of these arpeggios. So let's try that. Ready? So we just did 2 today. Keep experimenting with that, see if you can get even further. Let's go on to the articulation speed study. This one we'll do all single-tongued. We'll follow the key signature of B flat, from that B flat that's written all the way up to F, back down to B flat. It's important to use a metronome on this one to keep you honest, and make sure your tonguing is always really crisp throughout all ranges. Today, let's try it at 96 beats per minute. Here we go. 1, 2, ready? One of the trickiest parts of that one is definitely breathing. One of the hacks I found is to make sure I breathe before it's too late. So always breathe before you think you need to, and way before it's an emergency. All right, let's go ahead and move on to vibrato scales. As you guys know, I think they're super important and really helpful for helping develop your vibrato. We did B flat last week. Let's do E flat this week. So we'll kick it off with 8 waves of vibrato per note. 1, 2, ready. All right, here we go. 4 waves per note. Ready. All right, now we'll do it as written. 1, 2, ready. And now my personal favorite, 3 times in a row as fast as you can. Remember, all the notes are going to be the same length. They're all going to be slurred, and you're not going to repeat any notes. All right, let's race. Ready. Hopefully that went okay for you. And you should be nice and warmed up now. We're going to move on to a little bit of a duet session. For today's duet, I thought we'd play something syncopated, since the etude we're working on is also riddled with syncopation. When playing syncopated rhythms, there are 2 main rules. First, you want to separate the notes, and second, you want to accent the note that's on the offbeat. So this duet that we're about to play, if I play it exactly as written without doing the separated accent thing, it'll sound like this. It's fine. Eventually I might fall behind. And also it's not easy for the listener to be like, okay, yeah, this is in the groove. So you really want to separate an accent. Sounds like this. So as you're cyrating through this with me, keep that in mind. We're going to play this first with a metronome because I think it's really important that everyone is excellent at lining up these syncopated rhythms with a metronome. All right, we'll put it on about 80 today. Let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3. How'd it go for you? I hope you're saying, wow, Miss Ewing, that was so excellent. Let's go ahead and do this together a little bit. Let's play from the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the last 8 measures. So we'll start on the D flat. So if you didn't catch the D flats the first time around, make sure you get them this time. So here's the last 8 measures. 1, 2, ready. Hopefully that went a little bit better for you that time. Let's back up 8 more measures. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Did you separate and accent the syncopated notes? I hope so. Let's go ahead and just head back to the beginning and try the whole thing together one last time. 1, 2, ready. Hopefully that went super excellent for you. If it didn't, maybe pause it and try it on your own a couple times, or you can feel free to just rewind and play it again with me. Go ahead and take a second to look at my part now, which is the bottom part. You'll be on the top part. And just notice, are our rhythms the same or different or similar? Am I going to be higher than you, lower than you? Or do we switch a lot? All right, I think it's that time. Make sure you separate and accent your syncopated rhythms. And also, I'd love to hear some vibrato from you on especially the long notes. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready. Hopefully the duet went okay for you. If not, you can always feel free to rewind and try again. We were looking at B flat major in the Voxmann book last week. We were looking at a la breve, which for me again is on page 3. If you don't have this book, let me know. I'll see what I can work out for you to see the music. Let's go ahead and just play through these first 2 lines that you were supposed to be practicing on your own last week. Again, there's a lot of syncopation in here, and this editor has been nice enough to mark all the accents and staccatos that we should be doing. So let's follow that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Alright, hopefully you've been practicing that and it's pretty good so far. Excuse me. Alright, we are going to move on to the next 3 lines today. We will need a metronome, and we're going to start with just the first of the next 3 lines. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's try that again. If it went well for you, we'll make sure it wasn't just luck. If it didn't go well for you, this is your second chance. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's look at the next line now. Let's just go for it. 1, 2, 3. Alright, take 2. 1, 2, 3. We'll start now on the 3rd line. We'll go ahead and just leave out the downbeat since it's tied over from the previous measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, let's try that again. Make sure you're separating and accenting these syncopated rhythms at the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, let's put all 3 lines together now. 1, 2, 3. How'd that go for you? There were a couple glitches for me, especially in that very last measure. So let's just try that last measure again to make sure as we're descending, we're still getting good tone quality. So last measure. 1, 2, 3. Again, 2, 3. If you're having a hard time getting that F out, maybe try different fingering. So 1 and 3 versus 4. One might speak better for you than the other. Let's go ahead and back up 1 measure. So we'll play the last 2 measures. We'll leave out the downbeat since it's carried over from the measure before. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 2, 3, 4. Alright, the other place where I had a little bit of a glitch was the measure with all the accidentals. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th measure that we have been working on. So here we go. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Again, 2, 3. If there were any other spots you had some trouble on, go ahead and pause the video, take a second to work those out. But otherwise, let's play these 3 lines again. Make sure you're doing the dynamics. 1, 2, 3. Alright, hopefully that's going pretty well for you. Let's go ahead and start at the beginning now and play all the way to where we just stopped. We're about a little more than halfway through. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next step is going to be to start trying to get this a little bit faster. Right now we're at about 80. I try not to turn on my metronome more than 5 clicks at a time. So let's go ahead and just turn it up to 85 and run this one more time and see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure many of you have noticed this one's actually in cut time. Right now we're still counting it in 4, but as you get a little bit faster, I think it might even be easier to just count it in 2 instead of 4. I probably wouldn't switch it into 2 until you're at least 100 beats per minute for the quarter note, which would be 50 for the half note. But keep working on it. See if you can get these first 5 lines really excellent by next week so that we can keep chipping away. Thanks for joining me today.